Hi everyone, welcome back to my Allotment Diaries. My name is Emma, these are my Allotment Diaries. I had every intention of being in my allotment plot today. Unfortunately, the weather had other ideas. It's Monday in London and it decided to snow last night and all this morning. So I woke up and it's just a complete winter wonderland. So the allotment is out of the question because there's just not that much that I'll be able to do in the snow. As much as I want to see it again in the snow and make it all, have it all pretty and everything, at the same time I'm kind of annoyed because it's April, guys. It's April, it's spring. It's supposed to be warm enough to sow things and plant things and get things done, and I'm just not happy about the snow. But I do have lots of jobs to do at home with my seeds. I want to do more videos this year on my seedlings and things because last year I kind of neglected that side of it. And I know a lot of you are sowing from seed for the first time. This is only my second time. I'm sowing, most of the things I'm sowing I haven't ever sown before from seed. So it's really scary. And it is scary sowing things from seed because it feels so complicated and they feel so vulnerable. And like when you have to do things like pricking seeds out and things, it's always so terrifying because you just think you're going to kill them. But I'm giving it a go this year. I've got some more seeds to sow today and I've got some potting up to do. So we're going to do that today. First of all, I just need to mention these plants here. This is going to be in a separate video. I did a bit of shopping at the weekend, went to the garden centre. These are for my actual garden. I'm going with a cottage garden theme. This is all going to be in a separate video. It was on an offer, so I did not spend £4.99 per plant, whatever they say. It was like a massive offer on all cottage garden plants, so I sort of went mad. But the first seeds I want to show you are just behind here. I have mentioned my leeks a few times. I think it's very fair to say the ones that I grew in the toilet rolls have died. The reason I think they're died is, number one, I think I pricked them out too early. And number two, these dry out so quickly. Nobody warned me. It's such a fantastic idea using a toilet roll as a seed, like a seed pot, because obviously it's biodegradable as well, so you can put the whole thing in the ground. But they dry out like no tomorrow. You have to water them constantly just to keep a bit of water in there. So what I've done in the modules behind is I've group sown my leeks, and I don't know if it's going to show up on camera. Yes, it is. You can see they're all coming up now and they just look a lot healthier. More of them have come up than what I've done in the, toilet rolls, you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, they're doing really good. I just want to talk a little bit about my greenhouse outside as well because I'm so happy with it. A lot of people did warn me about the fact that they might die out here because the weather's going to be particularly bad, and I didn't believe them, and now we've had blooming snow again. But they seem fine in here. They seem really happy, and it does keep the seeds really warm, which is just one of the best investments I've ever made for the garden. This thing, it's £25 from Wilkinson's. It's amazing. You can already see the green in here and how well the seeds are doing. It's just fantastic. So I'll just open it up. So one of the first things you can see is my nasturtiums, because they are just doing, look how bushy they are. I haven't pinched them or anything. They're literally just this bushy. They're just doing so happy in here. So I'm going to keep them. I'm not going to repot these. I don't think, no, look, there's no roots coming out the bottom. So I'm going to keep them in here and plant them straight outside from here. Tomatoes are going, they're still growing. They're a bit slow, aren't they? I don't know why these ones are being so slow, but they are still alive and they're all still growing, so I'm quite happy with that. Zinnias, again, sort of stalling a little bit, but they're doing okay. They're doing okay. Down here, this is my squash, and this is what I'm going to have to repot today because they're getting so big. I think they just need more room now. So I'm going to repot these today. These are my cosmos. Again, they've stalled a bit, but they're still alive. Anything that's still alive, guys, is definitely a good thing. So we're just going to go with that. Sunflowers are absolutely desperate to get outside now. They're massive. I'm glad I didn't plant them out yesterday. I almost did, but then I stopped myself. Cauliflower down here, again, a bit small. I've seen other people's that are quite big, but I don't really know what's going on. All my seedlings seem to be quite small, but there we go. They're still alive. This sunflower here, he can't even fit in my greenhouse anymore. They really need to go outside. Poor things. Oh my goodness, gonna have to come up through here. Look, I'll poke him up through there so that he's got a bit more height to him. And this is the most exciting one. These are my sweet corns, and they are still growing and they are still alive, and I cannot believe it, but I am absolutely over the moon. I find sweet corn notoriously difficult to grow from seed. I did it 1 year in my old house, and I had like 5 sweet corns, and that was it. I think I got one actual bit of fruit from it. But these ones are all growing this time. So I might actually have sweet corn at the plot this year, which is amazing. It's such an amazing achievement, I think, to have got them to germinate at all. Bloody aeroplane. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sow the other things first. So let's close this up. Hope you can see me there. The nasturtiums I've got growing at the moment are the red ones, and I'll get the proper name for you because that's mental. Tell a lie. They're not just red, they are a tip-top mix. So these are a mix of all like different kind of nasturtiums, I think, which is going to go at my allotment plot because I've got like a colour theme for my actual garden. So the ones that are going to go into my garden are going to be these ones, which are the Ladybird Rose, and they're kind of like a light pinky colour, which will go with the theme in my garden because I'm just going to have pink, purple, and then pops of yellow in my garden and try and stick to that colour scheme. So I'm going to sow these today. These are so easy to sow. You sow them from March to June. You can sow them directly as soon as the frost goes. I don't know when that's going to be now, guys, to be honest with you. I used to say at end of March, but obviously we've just had snow mid-April, so what do I know about frost anymore? Everything's probably dead at my allotment now. There we go. Right. As per usual, I'm just using ordinary multi-purpose compost, peat-free, of course. You can get this in B&Q. It's the purple bag. Really good value for money. Never had a problem. Never had a problem with this compost. When you're doing it for seeds, you can get kind of chunks in it. And so it's probably best just to I just take the chunks out and just feel it with my fingers and just try and keep sort of like the little sticks and things out. And that's pretty much all the work you have to do with it. Okay, I'm going to sow 18 nasturtium seeds. My advice for you when sowing seeds is something that I've learnt. Grow more than you think you need because A, not all of them will germinate. You will always have some that will just not come up for no reason whatsoever other than the seed is just being really annoying. And secondly, because some of your seedlings will die and not make it at all, so you have to chuck them out. Thirdly, when you put them in the ground, there's no guarantee they'll just live. Some of them will not like it and just die. And then some will get eaten by slugs and snails and things. So more than you need. I'm growing 18. I want about 4 plants. I want one in a hanging basket, one over my archway, one in a raised bed, and one around the teepee. That's 4 plants I want. I'm sowing 18 seeds because I know for a fact they will not all live. And that's a little top tip from a pro failed gardener. Right, here's nasturtium seeds. Here's your nasturtium seeds. They're quite big seeds, so I'm going to do 1 per module. And these are modules, these little square things. That's what we talk about when we say modules. I'm going to plant 1 per module, and that will just enable the roots to just grow, and then I can just tip the whole module out and I've got a whole plant in my hand. That's the idea anyway. What we'll do, very slapdashery, I just use my finger. And I just literally just push a little hole in the middle of each of these like this. Feels a little bit weird, but you know, get over that. Don't push it in too deep. You want the plant to be quite near the surface because you want to leave enough room for the roots. And I used to make that mistake. I used to make the holes too deep. And when the seed is really deep in there, there's no room for the blooming roots to grow, is there? So what you want to do is have the seed quite near the top and just think about the roots sort of growing underneath and growing down. So that's another quick tip from a pro expert. See how experty I am now? Right, and then we'll just pop one seed in. And like I said, these are quite big, so this is not that fiddly. I love seeds that are not that fiddly. I find them so much easier to work with. There we go. Now the good thing about nasturtiums, of course, is that you can eat them. And the flowers you can put into salads and things, and the leaves you can eat as well. Don't know about the roots and the stem. I wouldn't really want to eat them, but if you want to, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know about that. Right, and then I'll just pinch them over like this. Like tucking them all up to bed. You want to keep them warm. You want to tuck them all up. Make sure the soil's all over them like that. And that is pretty much all there is to it, guys. I'll just give it a water. In all honesty though, nasturtiums along with sunflowers are really blooming easy to grow. So if you've got kids, or if you feel like growing something from seed that's really easy, it's just going to take off, grow nasturtiums and grow sunflowers, because they are just excellent seeds to grow, and they really boost your confidence when they just literally shoot up and grow. So they'll make you feel like a great gardener even if you don't feel like you are one. Wow! Way too much water, guys. Don't do that. That was a mistake. Gardening mistakes caught on camera. Oh dear, I could make a whole entire YouTube channel dedicated to that. Practically is. There we are. Watered, done, nasturtiums, sorted. Right, next I'm going to sow my runner beans, and the variety that I'm sowing this year is the Moonlight variety, because they have got little white flowers on them instead of red flowers, and they're going to go in my back garden. And I thought, because my theme for my garden is pink, purple, white and yellow, I thought I didn't really want the red flowers, so I'm going to have the white flowered ones. Just get me seeds. Oh wow, I didn't know these would be like this. Oh, these are beautiful. Never grown this variety before. Look at the seeds, they're white. That must be because the flowers are white as well. That is absolutely beautiful. They feel like little sweets, little jelly belly sweets, whatever they are, jelly sweets. Right, okay, we're going to sow them. Honestly, stop talking, am I? Right, again, just little hole. Pop the seed in. I don't think it matters which way they go. I don't panic too much about what way the seed goes in, just because I think they just grow, they just do it, you know, they find their way to the light. Just imagine it's fallen from the plant, like in nature. You know, emulate nature sometimes. It will just gently fall off the plant and into my pot. Nothing more natural than that, is there? And give them a water, and then that's the runner beans sown and done. Of course, the real question we have to ask now is where all these blooming seeds are going to go, because the greenhouse is fully booked, I'm afraid, and that shelf is looking pretty filled up as well. And the thing is, because I'm in a Victorian terrace house, I don't have very much south-facing windows, so we're just going to have to improvise a little bit with this. They might have to go in the bathroom, actually. You want to go in the bathroom?